Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto News. We have an update on the Heather Ann Tucci case. She just went to court today, August 4th, 2017. And first of all, thank you all to everyone that was able to make it out. There was roughly around 24 people there. And I have to say thank you very much for everybody showing you their support on the Heather Ann Tucci case and everything that's going on regarding the TDA accounts. Thank you very much for supporting this. Now, what's very important is Heather's been extradited to Tennessee. Now, I can assume that their cases, Randall, Keith Beane, and Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf, will both be combined regarding the situation and the events that have been unfolding. So let's go now and get a live update on what exactly is going on.
So her constitutional right to defend herself was ignored by the judge. Supposedly you have the right to represent yourself at any point during the trial, but the judge refused this because she said that she was not signing away any of her rights, which she really meant was like any of her natural rights, but the judge took that to mean that she was giving away her right to represent herself. Yeah, exactly. So the last part, nothing super major happened. They contested the evidence of her identity. They were trying to state that, she was not the same person as her strawman, but the judge did not review any of this. The judge was like, well, the lawyer was not able to point or explain to the judge, the significance of her filings. And
didn't they reject her filings?
They did not end up admitting it into.
They wouldn't even admit her filings with all the UCC codes and stack of stuff. They wouldn't admit it. Go ahead, sorry.
So we're optimistic that this means that during the court session in.
Hold on now. Tell them how this ended, though.
Okay.
I mean, she's basically, so correct me if I'm wrong, okay? She basically is going to be extradited to Tennessee.
Yes.
We don't know a date of when she's going to be extradited. They can hold her here for up to 30 days, is what somebody told me. 30 more days, is that correct?
I didn't hear anything about that.
Okay.
They requested to have it extradited, but that was refused.
Okay. So to expedite the extradition,
expedite the extradition.
She wanted to be extradited immediately, and that was denied by the judge. Was there any reason for that the judge gave?
The judge said that it was because it was her own fault for causing there to be a delay because she had conflict with her appointed counsel.
So originally, folks, this hearing was scheduled, the judge wanted to schedule it for Wednesday, 2 days ago from today, and Heather was the one who had asked for the extension to get all of her evidence in a row. So then now, after she got all her evidence in a row and they bumped it out 2 days, now apparently the judge is using that request, which was a reasonable request, to keep her incarcerated here in D.C. longer. So I got to say, I've now come to the conclusion after watching this judge's actions in the courtroom, and especially if this is actually, because I was not there, so this is hearsay on you, that judge is pretty much as crooked as they come, especially when she started using to protect Heather. I don't think I can accept a waiver of counsel now because the court questions whether she understands it. And, furthermore, the judge knew that she wanted to defend herself and knew that that would be positioned today. And I would imagine that Heather would have preferred to wear her own clothing, and apparently, I guess, was forbidden that. She was in the orange jumpsuit again. When is the next hearing? I don't know when the next hearing is yet. I'll try to keep you tuned on that. And yeah, most judges are crooked. I wouldn't doubt that.
From a more optimistic standpoint, this has been a very beautiful gathering of people here.
That's true.
A dozen or two people came out.
Well, I'd say at least 24 people, because the courtroom, they had, I don't know what they had in there, maybe eight people not with us, and the rest of the courtroom was pretty much filled with us. And so yeah, we did have a good turnout here. And if they end up expediting to Knoxville, I'd like to go down there and cover that. We'll see how that shakes out and see what's going on with that. And hopefully a lot of people can come out to Knoxville and support as well, especially people who maybe live closer to Knoxville than they do to DC. So no matter where they take this, we show up. So what happens now is we don't know exactly. I don't know exactly at this point. I'm going to have to report that later. But she remains incarcerated in Washington, D.C. And I do not know when she would be expedited, what that date would be, extradited to Tennessee. What does this mean with the, as far as I'm concerned, you ought to just be sitting on your TDA account stuff right now. You know, if you want to, get your factualized trust in order, but I would just sit tight on all of that right now. Yeah, it is a kidnapping. Of course it is.
So yeah, again, to recap, she wanted to represent herself. She was refused this. They ended up accepting it as being, equating her, Heather, with her Strawman. And so this hearing was just to evaluate her identity, to evaluate whether or not she is her Strawman. And they did not accept, they did not admit her filings that gave her sovereignty over her person. So, and the judge didn't even read it. It's very clear that, you know, to them it just went right over their head. They were just trying to like process it, and that means that this is going to end up having, it's good. On one level this is good though, because this will allow Heather to be interjecting more evidence about the TDA into the court system in Tennessee. And like, cause it's not fraud if it's your account, you know? It's we'll see.
Well, and you know, personally, if I don't know, I hope they maybe have another hearing up here. I don't know, maybe it would just be a judge's ruling as far as when she's extradited. But you know, I would hope that when she gets down to Tennessee, that she will start over with the same jurisdiction issue. And you know, if another judge wants to break the law and violate her constitutional rights, then they'll be putting themselves in that position of liability as well. So that's about it, guys. Like I say, I'll do a general synopsis a little bit later. We're just out in front of the courthouse right now. You take care. Love y'all. Bye.
All right, so that pretty much wraps up all the information we have right now. Please continue to stay updated. We're probably going to be releasing a few videos regarding this topic as more updates come out, you know, when the next court date's going to be and exactly what is going on, especially if the two cases have been combined or if they're separate. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be combined, so be sure to stay in and keep following us. As always, you guys, have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.